I've been curating a minimal and sustainable wardrobe for the past 4 years. This means that I not only love and wear everything I own, but it also means that I feel better knowing that my wardrobe aligns with my values. Although I'm far from perfect, I'm really pleased with the progress I've made, so I thought I would share a more realistic, sustainable wardrobe, especially if you're on a budget. As well as talking about this, I wanted to share some of my favourite pieces from my autumn-winter capsule wardrobe. So let's get started. Before I talk about where I get my clothing from, I think a really good first step is to identify what your values are and also what your style is. I record this in my Notion and it keeps me accountable, and it's something I can check back in again and again. It just means the shopping process is a lot more streamlined and personal to you. This can obviously evolve over time. My style changes all the time, but it's a really good first step. So I get my clothing from 2 different places. I either get them brand new from sustainable brands or I get them secondhand. I'll admit it can be really challenging to find brands that are actually sustainable. There's a lot of greenwashing out there and can be really confusing. That's why I always recommend creating your own personal brand directory. This directory should include brands that you are confident in, that you trust, you want to support, and ideally also has clothing that really aligns with your style. I find that having go-to brands stops that feeling of being overwhelmed when it comes to shopping. I don't have a huge number, I just have a few that I go back to again and again, and of course these brands also need to be in line with my budget. I think a good rule of thumb when figuring out if a brand really is committed to being sustainable is looking at their website and seeing if they're quite transparent in all of their processes. More sustainable brands often have a whole section on their website that's dedicated to how they create things and their sustainability commitments. No brand is perfect, of course, and as consumers we can't be perfect either. I never want to put that pressure on anybody else because I'm not perfect myself, but it's a really good start to have some brands that you feel a lot more confident in shopping from. One of my favourite sustainable brands, and one that's definitely on my brand directory, is Vivaia, who are kindly sponsoring this week's video. Vivaia is a wonderful brand as they create footwear that's both stylish and sustainable. Their shoes are created using a really innovative 3D knitted design. This means that their products are not only made from recycled materials but can also be zero waste. In fact, each pair of shoes is actually made up of 6 recycled bottles, which is really cool. And of course all their packaging is made from recycled products and is fully recyclable. I'm absolutely in love with their autumn range, and the first pair I wanted to show you are these gorgeous boots. These are the Marcella boots and they're in the colour Nutmeg. And you can see the knitted design here with the really cute little V. They've got a good size heel on them, a nice block heel, so really sturdy, and they can zip up at the back, which means it's better fit. The colour is of course perfect for autumn, and they're the kind of boots that I can pair with everything. I've already got a pair of Vivaia boots that I got last year and they're still going strong and look brand new. This material is also water resistant, which is great because I live in Scotland, so it is very wet here. I would pair these with jeans, or I would pair these maybe a bit more dressier with a dress or a skirt. And one of my favourite things about these boots are the cushioned insole, which makes them super comfortable. And second pair are these gorgeous flats. These are their Aria flats, and I got these in their almond and black colour. Like all their shoes, I think these are really classy, they're really timeless, they give me kind of Audrey Hepburn vibes. They've got this pointed toe, and again I think these are super versatile. You could dress these up and dress these down and they will just go with everything. I'd probably keep these as a bit more of a fancy shoe as they're a great alternative to heels. I'm not much of a heel wearer and I'm definitely going to be wearing these to a wedding I'm going to next year. And then I think I've saved my favourite till last. These are their Mary Jane shoes and I just love them. I got them in black because obviously that means I can wear them with everything. Probably going to be one of my most versatile shoes. They've got a small heel here, and what I really love about them is the strap. If you're anything like me, I have quite narrow feet actually, so the strap really helps keep my feet in the shoe and stops them slipping off. And I just love this slight kind of triangle design here at the front. I just think they're really, really pretty. So I'll link Vivaia's website below, and of course link to all of these shoes, and you can use the code Molly12 to get 12% off the entire Vivaia range. And amazingly, Vivaia have a 30-day return and exchange policy worldwide, so you can try any of these shoes stress-free. Thank you very much to Vivaia for sponsoring this week's video. Although I love to support sustainable brands, they can be a bit more expensive, which is why I would say probably half of my wardrobe I actually get secondhand. I've loved thrifting my entire life. I think like most of my teenage years were spent in charity shops finding like amazing unique pieces, or at least that's what I thought they were at the time. It does take a bit more patience to find things secondhand, but you will save so much more money, and of course it's such a wonderful sustainable option. I get clothing secondhand either by visiting my local charity shops, I still love doing that, or of course there's so many options online. I use the apps Vinted, Depop, and I also check on eBay. It's worth seeing if brands that you like have a secondhand outlet. So I know Sea Salt, for instance, one of the brands I really enjoy, and they have their own eBay outlet where they sell clothes that are brand new but just end of line, so they're going for much cheaper. I have definitely honed my thrifting ability over the years, and I have a few top tips. The first is to always have a list. So I always have a list on my phone of clothing to look for when I'm in charity shops. It stops me getting distracted in buying clothes that I end up not wearing. If you're shopping online, then you can actually search for certain brands that you know you already like, and especially if these brands have high quality clothing. I tend to avoid getting cheap fast fashion brands secondhand because the clothing just never lasts. Something I like to do is to see what clothing is made out of. This is easier to do when you are shopping in person, but you can also find this information sometimes when you're shopping online. I tend to go for clothing that is made up of more natural materials like cotton. Again, I just feel like that means the clothing is a bit higher quality and it just feels nicer on the skin as well. Another tip is don't be restricted to just shopping in the women's section. I get some of my best clothing in the men's section. I got this really cool fleece that I'll show you guys later, but I also really like to get oversized shirts and jumpers. And for some reason I always find the men's clothing is cheaper in charity shops. I don't know, maybe that's just me. So I thought I'd give you a quick tour with some of my favourite things that I've got in my autumn winter wardrobe. This isn't all my clothing, I should say that. I'm not that minimal, but it's a nice overview and sample of the kind of things I'll be wearing. I tend to keep my clothes upstairs in the loft, but the light's not great up here, so I thought I'd bring it down to show you. I'd say my style is definitely functional. You know, I like to be comfortable, and I do live in the Scottish Highlands, so it's very cold and wet up here, so I do like to make sure that I'm kept warm and dry, but I also want clothing that makes me feel good. I keep a Pinterest board of like style ideas, and I'd say that it's a mix of like cabin core vibe with a little bit of like cottagecore in there, and of course just practical outdoorsy kind of clothing. So I like to keep some really good basics in my wardrobe, and I keep them fairly neutral so I can just mix and match them. And these are two tops I got from Organic Basics. I got one in the grey and one in the navy. I wear them all the time. I actually just got this out of the wash, which is why it's this wrinkled, but they're really good, amazing quality basics that I just wear again and again. And then I'm a leggings girl most of the time, but I do have one pair of jeans. I got these actually secondhand on Vinted, I think, and they're from Everlane originally, and Everlane do really good quality jeans, so these were an absolute steal. I was really excited to get these, and I'd like to get another pair of their jeans at some point. And then in terms of dresses, I really like pinafores. I like that you can layer them and wear them all through the year. So I've got this one here from Nomad Clothing, and it's a really nice kind of pine green colour with cute little buttons. And then I've got this one here. I'll insert some b-roll so you can see these on, but this I got from Olive. I get a lot of comments on this when I got this. So I got this one from Nomad secondhand, but I got this one new from Olive because I knew that I would wear it again and again, and it's a really cute like cottagecore vibe dress, and it has a tie waist, and I can wear it over loads of layers, which I love. And then I actually have some of my own merchandise. If you don't know, I have my own store on Tmall because they do really sustainable clothing, and all their items are made from organic cotton, so they're also really comfortable. And I keep these two out all year round. They're both the kind of cropped style, and these are the designs I've got. A Slow Life, and then I've got a Wild Soul, and I have another design on there about books and nature equaling happiness. And I just like that these are great to layer, and yeah, they're perfect for like when it's just getting cooler, but in the winter months I also wear them underneath. Like I wear them underneath this knit quite a lot because this is nice oversized. Oh, and also this is obviously something I wear quite a lot. I got this again secondhand on Vinted. So I'll link my Tmall store down below in case you guys wanted to check that out. Now we're moving on to my coziest layers. This is a great practical fleece that I wear when I'm out with the dog all the time in the winter. I wear it itself, or again I wear it over others. I think I got it from Cotswolds originally. It's this brand that I can't pronounce. Don't know how you say that, but yeah, it's just really comfy, easy fleece. I thrifted this, which I really like. I really like this kind of brown colour, and it's a nice mid-weight knit. And I've had a few comments on this one as well, well, this recently in the videos. This is a really cosy knit that I got, again, secondhand on Depop. I think I got this. It's Fat Face originally, and it's kind of cable knit and a really nice cream colour. I just think it's really classic, and it's probably potentially my favourite jumper at the moment. And then one more piece of knitwear that I did buy new. So I got this from Finisterre, which is one of my favourite sustainable brands, and they do really good outdoor clothing. So yeah, it's in this kind of bluey grey colour. It's got a higher neck. I don't wear a huge amount of turtlenecks, but I do like to have sort of a half turtleneck. I find that comfier. Yeah, this is just a stunning quality jumper. I really recommend Finisterre for their high quality knitwear. And then I actually thrifted this the other day, and it was like a birthday present to myself. I was very excited to find it. I got it in Oxfam, and it is Zara, but it's actually man's fleece. So again, definitely look in the men's section when you are shopping in charity shops. So it's this kind of oversized, obviously because it's for men, this kind of plaid shirt material, and then it's fluffy on the inside. I think it's really cute because it's something that I can just throw on and wear around the house when it gets chilly, but it's also something that I think would pair quite nice with like a dress or maybe my Everlane jeans. Yeah, I think I'm gonna absolutely live in this season. And then in terms of shoes, obviously I've shown you these boots that I will be adding to my wardrobe now into the autumn winter, and these are actually my other Vivaia boots. They're probably a bit dirtier those ones, but yeah, I got these last year and they're in a kind of like a chocolate brown colour, and they're really versatile and they still feel like brand new and I love them. And I'm definitely a beanie girl, so I've got two. I've got this one from Passenger, which is again another great outdoor sustainable brand. It's just kind of, I think it's the rust colour and it's got their little logo there. I tend to wear this one more in the autumn because it's slightly lighter, so it's not as warm, and I also think the colour is really nice for the autumn. And then my mum got me this recently for my birthday, and this is going to be perfect for the winter because it's a bit of a thicker knit, a bit warmer, and it's got like a fleece on the inside. Wardrobe is ever evolving and it's something that I really find a lot of enjoyment in, finding perfect pieces for it. And yeah, it's a wardrobe that I think I can be pretty proud of. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about my wardrobe, and if you want to see more content like this, then please do let me know because I did enjoy filming it. And remember, if you want to check out Vivaia and get that discount code, then you click on the links in my description. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you next time.